So I was getting my Henry David Thoreau on the other day and walking through the woods. And this concept came to me that I want to talk to you about in this video. And that is how open natural spaces get you out of your own head, get you out of your ego. And I especially find that in myself, and I found it with a lot of other people. If you get people outside, especially in nature, and especially open spaces, so if it's like open woods or mountains or something like that, you just get out of your head and you get out of that ego focus. And I mean that in terms of cutting yourself off from the rest of existence in that sense. And compare that to where most people spend most of their time, which is in houses, office buildings, these very like rooms are like boxes essentially. I'm in one right now. It's square box essentially, and we spend most of our time in those. And you can look at those almost as a manifestation of the ego because it's in a box, first of all, so there's the confinement factor, and it's also based upon like right angles and straight lines, which is very left brain masculine dominant. While nature, it's the opposite usually. It's open and it's squiggly. There's not really any straight lines in nature. If you look at it, everything squiggles in nature. So it's the exact opposite. That's why in those kind of environments, in these box environments, I'm just going to call places we typically live in and spend our time, these indoor places, boxes. In these box environments, we tend to get stuck in our heads. We get stuck in like marinating on problems, negative self-talk, all of that kind of stuff that comes with being stuck in your head and cutting yourself off from the rest of existence. But in nature, we tend to open up more. So we get out of our ego, out of our head, and open to the totality of existence, essentially. That's why I get my best ideas when I'm walking outside. So whether it could just be walking on a sidewalk too, but especially going in nature in the woods and things like that, it's incredibly conducive to opening myself up and getting myself out of my head. And the telltale sign for me is I know I'm in the right kind of place and mind state is when the ideas start flowing and they keep flowing. So if I spend too much time in these box environments, I tend to get into that more, I don't know, it's more stale. I tend to marinate on things and I feel cut off from the rest of existence. But then all I need to do is go for a little walk and then ideas start flowing. I feel inspired. I want to call an old friend or something like that. I want to say say a compliment to the next person I see. Like I get into that kind of mode. And it's not a rule necessarily, it's more of a tendency. So those open outdoor environments, they provide that kind of boost. So it's more of a tendency towards that state. Because I believe you can overcome anything with your willpower. If you want to be happy, you're going to be happy no matter where you are, essentially. But some places are more conducive to others. Just like how if you're set on being miserable, you could be on top of a mountain, best view in the world, but you'll still be miserable if that's what you've made it out to do in your mind. So willpower can essentially overcome anything, but some places are more conducive as opposed to others. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. And if you're feeling stuck right now, if you're feeling stale, if you're marinating on negative thoughts, if you feel disconnected in any way or fearful is it's a manifestation of disconnection as well. So if you're feeling anything like that, switch up your environment. You're most likely inside, so take a walk outside. If you're in a city, go to a park or even walk on the sidewalk. If you're not, walk out in nature, go somewhere else. Go to those open spaces where you can connect with the rest of existence again. All right, because we all need that. We all need to facilitate that sense of connection and stay cognizant of that inherent truth. All right, peace, peace, much love, and one love, baby.